Right now, firefighters remain at the Oceanside Pier, watering down hotspots after that devastating fire broke out at the end of the structure yesterday afternoon. It's our top story on the 4. I'm Heather Myers.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. CBS 8's Kelly Hessedall talked to the Oceanside Mayor today, as well as the fire chief there, about the latest on the investigation into what sparked this fire and the future of that pier going forward. Kelly?
That's right, and fire crews have been working hard for the past 24 hours, and they're going to be here throughout the night. You can take a look right now and see some of the work that is going on right now at this hour. Now, one of the areas they're concentrating on is underneath the pier where some of the fire has been hiding. They're using drones to get a better look at it. They've also started removing pieces of that building where the fire appears to have started, peeling it back layer by layer. So here's what the fire chief said when I asked where they're at in determining a cause.
We have not ruled out anything quite yet. The team is starting to narrow in on a location based on video evidence and the signs of fire evidence that they have. And I think they're starting to get a little closer towards potential cause, but we haven't fully landed there yet. We're still a good 12 to 24 hours before they're able to kind of make a preliminary determination.
And so we have an aerial view we were able to get today to give you a better look. Now, Chief David Parsons says the ATF is helping with this investigation. The fire started in the building at the end of the pier that used to house Ruby's Diner. A new restaurant was supposed to open there at some point. Crews cut a trench to prevent the fire from spreading, so everything beyond that to the end of the pier is heavily damaged, including the Brine Box restaurant. But we're told it appears that 95% of the pier is okay. Now, crews are asking the public to stay at least 500 yards away from the pier for safety reasons. They have debris that's washing on shore. They're testing water quality. So lots still happening out here one day after that fire broke out. This area certainly attracts a lot of attention. The pier is something people from all over the world visit. I talked to a woman visiting from Chicago who heard about what happened. So before she headed back home, she just had to come out here and see it for herself. So you'll hear from her first, and then you'll hear from the Oceanside Mayor.
It's very sad when you see the history, yeah, but hopefully it can repair it and at least the whole thing didn't go, you know.
For sure, immediately we're going to have the pier back. That is our biggest goal here. We'll have to talk about the restaurant part of it.
And so right now the focus on is just making sure that fire is out and then the cleanup process. But the mayor certainly says they're 100% committed to reopening the pier and rebuilding it at some point. And now the fire chief also wanted to mention today they are putting a temporary flight restriction in order up to 2,000 feet. So they're asking people not to fly drones or anything like that out here. They say they don't want anything to interfere with the drones that they're using right now. Heather and Carlo.
Kelly, you mentioned the old Ruby's Diner restaurant, which was vacant, and that there are plans in the works to build a new restaurant. Do we know if anybody was inside the building yesterday when the fire started? Was any remodeling work happening?
Well, we don't know for sure if anybody was inside or not yet. The officials did stress today that this entire pier was open to the public yesterday. The chief did want to clarify something today. He said just because the former Ruby's Diner is no longer there. He's like, this was not an abandoned building, that actually portions of the kitchen were still being used by the Brine Box. So a lot of work has to happen in the next few days. But as you heard the fire chief say, they are getting closer to determining a cause.
Looking forward to finding out what exactly happened there. Kelly Hessedall reporting live for us. Thanks, Kelly.